Good morning, everybody. Our opening song today is AM PM by The New Gray. How about that?
Loving that one. Great tune. So, everybody was talking about the new iPhone being announced yesterday.
Yes.
Do you ever find that as soon as a new phone is announced, the one you have breaks just perfectly on cue?
Yeah, I think Apple sends like a destruction code or something to our phones.
Yeah, so everybody jokes about that, but I said this not long ago, but I thought it was a good time to repeat it simply because the new phone came out, that they did do research, and it actually shows that people do actually break their phone right when a new phone is coming out, but it's not that there's some sort of conspiracy. It's truly that we get clumsier, and they say basically you're less likely to try and look for it if you lose it. If you break it, you're less likely to want to fix it. And they say in general, it's called the upgrade effect. And what it is we know subconsciously that there's a replacement coming. And so to justify wanting a purchase like that, we break our phone.
Oh, yeah. I think my kids do it. I think they do it always ahead of schedule. But if you notice that, aren't you due for a new phone soon?
My speaker just went out on my phone. My loud, like if I put it on speakerphone, it doesn't work anymore. It went out 2 days ago. I was like, can I will that into existence? I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be pretty tough, but you never know. Interesting.
Never know.
Yeah, it's a good sound off, and we're going to ask that question today on Facebook about how often you get a new phone. Probably perfectly timed, like you said. All right, so there's this new trend in baby names that I think is hilarious, but
so
also
funny.
Very interesting because parents are taking inspiration from nature. Some of it they say is related to the pandemic and people wanting and needing to get more time outside. But they also say that people who are environmentally conscious, parents want to raise environmentally conscious children. So here we go with some of the new names that are popular. First of all, it's by category. So botanical eco names inspired by flowers and plants are things like blossom, daisy, meadow, marigold, juniper, and sage. All you have to look to is Hollywood, and you'll see Katy Perry, for example, and Orlando Bloom. They just named their new baby Daisy Dove Bloom. Okay.
I love Marigold. I think that's adorable. It kind of feels like a throwback name, almost a little, like a grandparent's name.
Totally. And Blossom, wasn't there a sitcom way back when with the so also
I love Blossom. I wore all the hats that Blossom wore.
Yeah.
I think most kids of the 90s did.
There you go. Then some other ones are taking their names also. Willow, for example, a lot of them named after trees. That's the name of Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith's daughter. But other names: arbor, ash, birch, cedar, leaf, and oak. And then there are ones that are taken from animals too. So there are things, especially birds, they said, but bears, bees, dove, feather, otter, sparrow, wolf, and run, or birdie. Both, who is it? Jessica Simpson, I know, but also one of the Phillips has a daughter named Birdie.
Oh, I grew up with a birdie. It was a nickname. It was one of my friend's moms. So I feel like some of these things do cycle. And you think about, how crazy it was in Hollywood when it was like, remember, like Joaquin, it was River, River,
Phoenix.
Rain. Yep, River Phoenix, Rain Phoenix, Joaquin Phoenix. And it was even then, that some of those names in Hollywood were kind of a little crazy. And now they're much more commonplace. So maybe we've sort of gotten used to it.
Yeah, way more
I think some of them are cute.
I think they're cute too. And in Joaquin Phoenix and Rooney Mara's case, their child River was named after his late brother, which, you just said he had siblings who had those names. But I think often Hollywood sort of leads the way and they seem a little crazy. And then
it trickles down.
As they filter down to the average person, the you and the me kind of people, then it becomes a little bit more mainstream. There's some of them I really like though. And I think there are a lot of cool things that come from taking a name from nature. I think, that's awesome. So I say go ahead. All right, so here's
I don't mind it. Well, our sound off, as you mentioned before, is how often do you get a new phone? We're going to talk some tech here right now. So we thought that would be a good lead in.
I love that.
All right, so first